Good morning. Back to the night road. So for anyone just joining us, what I'm doing from now on, I think this is going to continue. Do a chapter of Night Road before each Bloodlines stream. So let's get going here. The story thus far, we're trying to just get out of the heat out here in Tucson, Arizona. So, Chapter 3, The Eagle Prince, Tucson, Arizona, night of November 2nd, sunrise, 6:42 a.m. Your feet hurt. You already passed the place you were supposed to stay yesterday, but it's just an empty garage. There's nothing there for you. An hour before dawn, you reach the chain-link fences and industrial parks that mark the outskirts of Tucson. You can see cheap stucco houses up ahead, but the burbs are no place for a vampire. Without a cell phone or money, and with your clothes too trashed for polite company, you revert to skills you honed in the desperate years after Olaf Krona tried to have you destroyed. When you find an abandoned semi-trailer in a factory parking lot, you note that the high walls should keep the worst of the heat off. You check it for holes in the ceiling. Finding none, you crawl inside. You spend the day with your brain screaming in terror and your body paralyzed, as trucks and factory machines move all around you. Someone actually moves the trailer, which you're sure hasn't been moved in years. They drag it into the sun, so you spend the day boiling in a metal box under Arizona's daytime heat. The moment the sun sets, you throw open the door and, even though people are still working, flee into the night. All that matters is the USBs. This is what unlife is. Some nights are good, some are like this. Maybe there's a clean place to sleep at the end of the road. By Cain, I am not going to continue to exist like this. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Those USBs. They're in the satchel, and they look fine. That means you still have a fistful of cash waiting for you at the end of this road. Your only concern is that your satchel is physically falling apart. You move the USBs to an interior pocket and get walking. Tucson, Arizona, night of November 3rd, sunrise, 6:29 a.m. You never wanted to come back to Tucson. It's been a black spot on your personal map for years, but here you are. You have to avoid the good neighborhoods, the big stucco houses on their little plots of land with their raked out front yards and blue recycling bins. For a few minutes, a black and white Mustang with a thin blue line Punisher decal on the hood creeps behind you in first gear. You can't tell if it's an actual police car or some kind of patriot group, but you cut through a park where they can't follow. There's a public bathroom there where you might be able to clean up a little. The mirror is cracked and someone shit in the urinal, but the water works. Hey, JDM, what's going on? How's it going? Yeah, I'm bolstering my knowledge of the world of Vampire the Masquerade by doing some interactive fiction here. So I'm doing a chapter before each Bloodlines stream. So read through a chapter and then get into the game. How you doing? Did you finish Alan Wake 2? I'm tangled up here. You spend a few minutes scraping trash off, then look around for either threats or opportunities. You're so hungry now, you keep snarling involuntarily, your lips curling back over white gums. You watch your face in the mirror until you're sure you can control yourself. But you need to feed soon. And though this park bathroom is the perfect place for someone to stumble into and do drugs, no one's around. Where are all the junkies? It's not like this is a nice park. Not yet? Where are you? Because I'm wondering if you hit the moment where it just turned up to 11 for me. You were close, last stream I was watching. That's when you recognize where you are. This abandoned building was the lair of Lampago, a thing of legend that was probably one of the kindred, though no one knows for sure. A shape-shifting monstrosity destroyed by hunters as the Second Inquisition rose to power and began their dreadful crusade against all vampires. Also, I guess none... Wait a second. We need to... These aren't all coming up. This needs to be bigger. My fault. Let's get all these options here. What's the best way to do this? All right, cut into the subtitles. 1 second. Bring that down a little bit. Still not perfect. Bring it up a little bit. I thought I had this right. Give me 1 second. No. guess that's not too important to have the next. Now, is the top going to show up? We good? No, I messed that up. Okay, wait. Almost got it. Almost got it. Okay, I think I got the answer here. That should do it, I think. I think we can see all the options. Okay. Anyway, thanks for bearing with me. Take your time and making some choices today. Yep, we are making some choices. What are our choices? I didn't even look yet. So, a lesson in keeping your head down and not bucking the traditions if they're... Well, alright, let's get back on track. If ever there was one. She might have been a monster, but there aren't many creatures left like her. Just obedient little kindred without imagination. I wish I could have seen her. A cannibal corpse wallowing in a sewer. Vampires are worth more than that. They were right to destroy her. Do I wish I could have seen her? I do. I'm here for new experiences. We wish we could have seen her. The age of wonder is always passing, isn't it? You are immortal. Must you spend eternity in stuffy little rooms trading bon mot with stuffed corpses? Which reminds you, the Elysium awaits. Elysium is one of the defining ideas of the Camarilla. It is a neutral meeting ground where violence and the use of vampire powers are forbidden. In many Elysiums, kindred are allowed to exist as they are, not as the Masquerade demands they be. The Tucson Elysium is located on the roof of a nightclub called The Viper. You can hear the pounding industrial music from the parking lot, but you're not here for the party. You've been outside the Viper before, but never in and never up. You scan the rooftop and wonder whether to approach first or try to hunt. It's bad form to arrive in an Elysium hungry, but hunting nearby is often forbidden since it attracts notice. An eagle settles with the eagles, man. They just don't fuck off. They keep coming back. This might be... Is the eagle a clue? Is the eagle a symbol? Is it a metaphor? An eagle settles on the fire escape. You remember the way the eagle looked at you a few nights ago. There it is. And you suspect it's the way in. You follow it up the fire escape, trying to ignore the hunger that makes your skull pound and your teeth squirm around in your mouth. You don't know what shadow art this place employs, but you reach the top step and the empty-looking rooftop of the Viper disappears, replaced by a sprawling patio covered in cacti and desert shrubs. Footpaths lead through the secret garden, and small stone bridges cross narrow rivulets of cold, flowing water. From here, the lights of Tucson are invisible, and the night sky is the way it is deep in the desert, shades of purple, blue, and black, with the Milky Way brighter than you've ever seen it. It's quiet up here, but the music from the nightclub below vibrates through the trash soles of your boots as you cross the flagstones. Your fellow kindred watch you with disgust as your boots leave a crumbly trail of black dirt, but you size them up quickly and dismiss them just as quickly. They're weak Camarilla fledglings and neonates, ghouls, dead-eyed mortal servitors, and blood dolls. You look around for someone important. The eagle flies past you and lands beside a young-looking man in a linen suit with turquoise jewelry. He's conversing in worried tones with a Nosferatu, a particularly hideous example of the clan, whose face is a death's head of gray-black muscles, as if her skin has been peeled away. Her monstrous face contrasts with her striking and powerful physique. Your thirst for blood means you are now in a hunger frenzy and cannot think clearly unless you try to feed or focus your willpower. So we only got two options. Oh my god. I need blood. I do need blood, but I'm going to focus my willpower to ignore the hunger. Can I do it? Can I do it? That man with the jewelry is either the prince or one of his agents. I deliver the USBs and get my damn money. I still have my dignity. I'm not going to cross the Elysium until I found a way to clean myself up. I examine my fellow kindred. I've never been to the Tucson Elysium, and I want to know what sort of monsters, liars, and sons of bitches I'm up against. Blood, I need blood. You know what? We're just like, we don't care about facades and shit. We came here in our dirty boots, we're leaving in our dirty boots. We're just like, this is who we are. The man in the turquoise jewelry watches your approach with a slight smile. He's seated comfortably in a wicker chair. A wicker chair? Then that's not what I expected for a man with such status. You know, wicker chairs to me are always just like, that's my grandma's patio furniture or something. Anyway, next to a small zinc table with an old laptop, white hat, and a heap of typed and handwritten correspondence, the Nosferatu standing beside him only scowls. Being 100% has never been bad. Yep. Welcome to Tucson, he says. His accent is foreign, from somewhere in Europe, despite the Native American jewelry and the wide-brimmed hat in front of him. I am Prince Leto. This is Dove. And you are Vane, he says, the courier. It looks like you had a difficult journey. So we've got a European masquerading around in Native American jewelry, sitting in a wicker chair. We just got a whole convergence of different aesthetics happening here, don't we? A clump of mud falls out of your hair and splats onto the flagstones. Yep, that's the kind of character we're going to be. Give us the data, Blue Blood, the Nosferatu. Oh wait, it's a Nosferatu. Give us the data, Blue Blood, the Nosferatu snaps. Dove is wearing a silkscreen jacket, kicked around Converse All-Stars, and a snapback with a local minor league baseball team on it. Driving gloves are tucked into her pocket. Another courier, again with the just chaotic mix of aesthetics. got Chuck Taylors and a baseball shirt, but then driving gloves. Has anyone not wearing high dollar, high class clothing ever gone around with fucking driving gloves? Money first, sewer rat. Yeah. Let's get a little feisty here. Money first, sewer rat. Ooh, that's a face for radio. The Nosferatu glares down at you, but the prince, seated beside her, only laughs, his tone warm and friendly. Will the $1,000 you're owed be enough to buy you a new ride, Vane? He asks. I'm not sure either of us wants you trapped here. Still. He opens a crocodile skin briefcase, flicks through it, and then hands you a manila envelope. And that's how you make $1,000. You drop the USBs on Prince Leto's table. Prince Leto. Jared Leto. Prince Leto's table. Leto's laptop is an old Asus, probably intended to read information once before it's destroyed. When the prince inserts the USB, a folder appears with a video and a few text files. Feel free to watch, Vane, Leto says. He checks his Vacheron Constantin? Sounds too expensive for me to know what that is. It's 1:49 a.m. Then he looks east. He stares for a long time, as if with longing, then shakes his head. I don't think this interests you directly, but I try not to keep secrets here in Tucson. A warm, friendly smile and eyes that watch you like a... Where did that bird go? The video opens awkwardly with a hand holding a webcam. You see a man's face, and then you see the ritual chamber. That's a hell of a... Oh, man. I think that's more frightening than if he were wearing, more intimidating clothing. Something about a dude in a sweater vest holding a knife, brandishing any weapon. With that smile, that is terrifying. Tremere, the warlocks, the usurpers. Once the clan of sorcerers and blood magicians, their discipline and interclan loyalty admired even by their elements, the Tremere are now scattered and leaderless after the destruction of their greatest chantry in Vienna. You might have fallen low over the past few years, but not so low as the warlocks. You don't recognize this Tremere. He's white and apple-cheeked with a short gray beard, portly in a way vampires rarely are. Like an avuncular college professor, he's wearing a Fair Isle sweater vest and pressed slacks, and holding a silver knife with one hand as he tries to adjust the webcam with the other. That's Jasper Knowles, Tremere Magus. Magus? Leto says conversationally. Do you know him? Never seen that man before in my life, which is true, so there's no reason to make things difficult. Tremere are scum who should all be dragged, and I think we've been confrontational enough today. Maybe dial it back a little bit. Tremere are all scum. I don't associate with them. My job is making deliveries. I don't get involved. Let's just go with the first one this time. Leto watches you closely as you answer, tongue against his teeth, concentrating. He thinks you know something, but you've never seen this Tremere. Dove gasps. Knowles has stepped away from the webcam, revealing a dingy, cinder-block room with faded orange stripes on the walls and a Nosferatu chained to an iron spike in the floor. That Nosferatu almost killed you the other night. Oh shit. Sire, Dove whispers. Prince Leto's illusion of good cheer falters for a moment. Both he and the eagle glare at Dove. You're here so he can get a read on you, not so his underling can give you information. This experiment has gone on for as long as it can. Knowles says in the video. Science sometimes ends in failure, my dear, and so does our version of it. No intelligence remains in this specimen, and it has become increasingly dangerous and aggressive. Once it's destroyed, I'll send what's left to you. I'm also going to wrap up my daytime business. I know that we are still allowed to communicate via email as flesh and blood citizens, but my mortal identity is almost 80 years old, and soon people will wonder. Something off screen draws Knowles' attention. He turns the knife, ready to insert it into his wrist, perhaps to use blood magic? Unfortunately for Knowles, he's looking the wrong way. As he stares past the webcam, a figure detaches itself from the shadows of the wall, walks up almost casually to the chained-up Nosferatu and removes its shackles. The rest of the video is chaos. The white hurls itself at Knowles. The Tremere screams and stumbles into the webcam, which falls. Sorcerous fire blackens the ceiling. Dirty fists rise and fall again and again. Unlike most Tremere, Knowles has mastered the vampiric art of inhuman resilience, but that only makes his destruction longer and more horrible. Then the video suddenly ends. So I guess we didn't need to worry about the guy in the sweater vest. Sounds like this Jasper Knowles got what was coming to him. That poor man. Poor men, both of them. The traditions exist to stop horrors like that from happening. What was up with that figure? Yeah, I'm just wondering about that. What was up with the figure that freed the Nosferatu? Why couldn't I see it clearly? You've never seen Knowles before, Leto says. He sounds frustrated. Dove, go back. Who was that shadow? We watch it again, but the shadow is just a blur of formless motion. An impressive disguise, Leto says thoughtfully, freeze framing on the blur. The assassin doesn't even move fast at first. There's just nothing there but a smear. Almost as impressive as this rooftop. And what happened to the Nosferatu? Did he escape? He rolls the video back and forth, trying to get a better view of the white. You know the answer to Leto's question, of course. The Eagle Prince's gaze wanders again. He looks east over the skyline of Tucson. I share what I know about my encounter with the white. This will let me get in good with the Camarilla. That, yeah, might go further than $1,000 ever could. I share what I know. The white is still out there and dangerous and needs to be stopped before people get hurt. Keep my mouth shut. I feel like this is nothing to keep a secret about. Why not share it? And why not make some money off it? I care more about my well-being, my own well-being, than I do about other people. You describe the battle and your narrow escape from the mindless Nosferatu. I'm impressed you are still alive, little neonate, Leto says. The Nosferatu you fought was old and powerful in his time, the child of Raremouse himself. Then his tone hardens and slices through the air like a razor. Dove, your sire is now your responsibility. Find and destroy him. You have 7 nights. Watching the video seemed to have taken all the fight out of the Nosferatu. She just nods. You have too many questions. The most obvious is, why did Prince Leto let you watch the video? Princes are secretive and paranoid creatures, and even in these nights, when the true elders have sunken into torpor or fled through the old world, even a young prince like Leto has survived centuries of betrayal and revolution. Princes don't tolerate risk. That means either Leto or his situation here are unstable, or worse, he already knows a great deal about you and has accounted for you. Vane, I have more work for you, the Prince of Tucson says. You will remain here tonight. My man, Alexander, will provide you with shelter and suitable clothing, and hose you down, obviously. I apologize if he treats you like a horse, but he misses horses. Alexander is a small and sallow man with a gleaming bald head. He wears an oversized gray suit, like a refugee from some 20th century war. He does not smile, which is for the best, since you see that his teeth are gray. Let's see. Follow me, Alexander says. His accent is thick, and his breath is acidic, like bile. An old ghoul. Kindred grow strange and cold as they age, but old blood slaves are stranger still, and sometimes more dangerous. Your only problem now is your hunger, which is clawing at the back of your eyes like an animal. Alexander seems to know your clan Ventru and has not offered you cold blood despite your obvious hunger. All of Krona never said being from the clan of kings was easy. After a shower, the servant leads you back to a glass observation room above the club's main dance floor, where a selection of clothing is waiting, and you realize that Prince Leto is giving you gifts. This isn't good. You know what happens if you end up in debt to a prince. Please, Alexander says, you must dress for the Elysium. The Eagle Prince insists. You glance at the clothes on display. Leto isn't exactly draping you in Armani, at least. You see a mix of work clothes and streetwear, but nothing too upmarket. You don't see any bloodstains either. Just get me a jumpsuit or something out of a Goodwill donation bag. I don't need Prince Leto's charity. Something tough and functional for the road, a black leather jacket and engineered. Ooh, that sounds cool. But what if I need to go clubbing? I need streetwear so I don't look like an old person with a young person's face. I need to look professional for my job. I don't. I want the official courier's outfit, members only jacket, driving gloves. Fuck that. Yeah, we want leather jacket, we want boots. We want to look cool and tough. Because we're cool and tough. You flip through the options until you find a black leather jacket with just enough wear that you don't look like a poser. The engineer boots are big, heavy, and probably out of fashion, but you don't care. You even have a military surplus duffel bag for your courier work. Black jeans and a pack of t-shirts in black, white, gray, and red complete the ensemble. You also find a scratched up Panerai Luminor, a fake obviously, and a wide cuff band, a black leather. You ascend metal stairs that thump with the base of the EDM below, back up to the rooftop Elysium. Leto's eyes watches you. Leto's eagle watches you. A gangrel prince is unusual, even in these nights. You wonder where Leto came from, and you wonder what he wants with you. He's still watching the video and reviewing whatever information they got from the other USBs. Dove is scanning the parking lot below. You will be remaining with us for some time, Alexander says. You understand what this means, yes? Of course you understand what will happen if you try to flee. You look toward that parking lot too. You need a car. We are very friendly people in Tucson, Alexander says, finally smiling. It's an awful sight. Little gray rat teeth. Skin that crinkles like paper. Why is everybody's teeth gray? Not like other cities you may know. Speak to people about what you need. Dove was like you once. She drove. You need a car? She has cars. Her retainer, Carlos, is the one listening to the music from below. He's a police officer. He has, rooms, stashes. Of the shit? Wait. Of the shit? Is that what is said? Oh, got it. Of the shit. Is that what is said? He keeps evidence rooms with the good shit. Maybe you need that sort of man. He is proud and cruel, though. Do not let him bait you. Carlos spots you and Alexander looking at him and gives you the finger. And if you need blood, Alexander says, I was a doctor in my youth. When I was young, I said to my teachers, this bleeding, it does not work. It does not make the patients better. Isn't that funny? Knowing what I know now. A little joke. But I have an important job. When kindred feed and kill and endanger the Masquerade, I tell Prince Leto. Oh wait, I've been reading. I got the names mixed up. I don't know why I'm reading Alexander this way. Okay. Not that I'm really doing a good job on the voices. Anyway, a little joke. I have an important job. When kindred feed and kill and endanger the Masquerade, I tell Prince Leto. I hate telling him these things. I prefer if kindred came to me for advice. I will give you this advice now. Do not hunt near the Viper. It is not permitted. And of course, do not use your gifts here. The sudden movement of blood, it upsets Dove. I don't know. The name Alexander made me suddenly think we were talking to the prince, even though it literally says Prince Leto. Blame it on, I don't know, being 7:56 a.m., I guess. Anyway, a lot of options here. Whoa. Talk to Leto? Why is an Outlander in charge? That's rare for the Camarilla. But unexpected things interest me. Maybe I can learn about the prince and cultivate a relationship with him. So Leto is cute. I'm going to talk to him and see if there's anyone else in his life. I talked to Leto. I don't trust him. I never trust the Camarilla. But if he has work, I need money. Actually, Alexander, what can you tell me about procuring blood in Tucson? Oh, that might be it, because we need... Blood is life, and I need it? I need blood, Alexander, but I have certain ethical standards. How are matters arranged here? I know what I am, but I would rather not be associated with forced extraction pits. The beast is clawing around. I think we're just not going to worry about that right now. I talked to the retainer Carlos about equipment and a place to stay. I've been far too proud lately. If I have to beg this guy for what I need, I'll do it. Need guns. Cars. The eagle. Alright. We're doing that. Blood. First priority. You are from the clan of kings, may I venture to ask? Alexander says. May I venture to ask further, how refined your palate might be? Older women, you say. Ah, clear and simple. Very American, he says. I can provide you with addresses of clubs. Not this one. The Viper is Prince Leto's. But there are places you can go where no one will notice you. I provide this service, not for your sake, but so you do not embarrass our prince. But this is only for tonight, understand. There have been accidents in Tucson, and the prince will not trust you to wander freely night after night. He rattles off a long list of nightclubs, bars, and halfway homes. His knowledge is encyclopedic, precise, and up-to-date, and his warnings are invaluable. There's some kind of dispute in the parking lot down below. 3 women yelling at a guy. Dove gestures, and 2 heavies head downstairs to sort it out. All right, so let's look at that eagle, because we were wondering about that before, right? Before we realized it was the Prince Leto's eagle. Her name is Ryga. We're going to go for Ryga. That sounds cooler than Riga. Her name is Ryga, Prince Leto says. I named her after a city I always wanted to visit. The prince closes his laptop and gestures for the eagle, who hops onto his wrist. He holds the huge raptor aloft easily, right next to his eye. We kindred are confronting a new dark age, the prince says. Wait, the prince. We kindred are confronting a new dark age, the prince says. Ryga is my light in the darkness. I see what she sees. The Ventru who like to imagine they rule the Camarilla have lost 2 clans now, including mine, because they can only give orders. They cannot listen. They cannot understand what their subjects want. The clan of Kings never understood. The clan of Kings never understood that a prince is not a king. Leto shrugs, and Ryga returns to her cactus. Or maybe I'm wrong, he says. Maybe I'll end up staked and left for the sun when the wheel turns again. But I've tried to offer Tucson something better than the old prince. 2 more kindred arrive from the dance floor, skin slick from other people's sweat, cradling their dazed-looking blood dolls. Prince Leto narrows his eyes at this vulgar display, but says nothing. I need money. I guess. Blood and money. It's a truism among the kindred that all elders are monsters, but at least this one can hide it. He's unexpectedly tall, despite his youthful features. You can picture him on a warhorse, plowing through ranks of helpless peasant infantry. It is dangerous to interact with any elder, but you sense an opportunity here. You make small talk for a few minutes, describing a few recent deliveries, once it's clear that Prince Leto knows who you and your sire are. It's strange to live again in a time of ignorance, Leto says. When I was new dead, the Commonwealth was still a land of darkness and superstitious. I have watched lights turn on all over the world, you know, and now I'm seeing them turn off again. Of course, I can adapt to that, but these young ones who grew up with miracles at their fingers, they're going blind. He scratches the head of his eagle. Do you think you will go blind, Vane? He asks. If you can still see in this murk, I may have work for you. Whatever was happening in the parking lot below has sorted itself out. The heavies are back upstairs, laughing. You memorize their names and faces in case they're trouble later, then circle the Elysium for a few minutes, getting a feel for the place. You can't believe you're back in Tucson. You wonder if anyone recognizes you. Beyond the rooftop, the city lights appear dim and washed out, as if seen through a black veil. Red brake lights from the highway look like a sluggish trail of blood. Just call her! That's Dove, speaking in hushed but anxious tones to Prince Leto. You can't quite hear the rest of the conversation, but then the prince's genial smile vanishes. Dove withers at whatever he says next. Then the eagle swings its golden eyes back toward you. Ah, Vane, Prince Leto says. I told you I would have work for you. I need to send some emails, and that is not as easy as it once was. Come here. Send some emails? You were still a fledgling when the Second Inquisition burned through the centers of Camarilla power, places like the Vienna Chantry, arcane fortress of Clan Tremere. You weren't important enough to draw the SI's attention. They've been quiet for years, quiet enough that some kindred are starting to use phones and email to conduct their night work again, cutting into your business. But you know they're fools. The SI was never beaten. The Inquisition is just collecting information now, waiting for an opportunity to strike again. Playing the long game, damn. Prince Leto does not want to give them an opportunity. You come highly recommended, he says, and I hate to see a proud member of Clan Ventru brought low by circumstances. I need you to run letters to a few cities near Tucson. Don't worry, nothing is more than a single night's trip. Why not use your magic bird? I'm not being sarcastic. I sort of want a magic bird. We're definitely choosing that, but since you're so charming, I think I can get by. Yeah. Because Ryga is more valuable than you, or no, this is Dove. Because Ryga is more valuable than you. Dove says. No, Dove, the Eagle Prince cries. All the children of Cain are precious. The truth is that Ryga is only an animal. She does not understand what she does. You do. You understand the price of failure, Vane. All right. If I have to work for the Camarilla, might be my best chance. What's the job? Prince Leto hands you a printout marked with 3 locations and 3 faces. You recognize one face instantly. It's your sire, Ellen Olaf Krona. She's standing beside an American flag in a smart navy jacket, like she's a senator or something. You don't recognize the other 2 faces. 3 people need to know about the final death of Jasper Knowles and the reduction of Rare Mouse's child to the state of white. He points to each face in turn. Invidia Call worked closely with Jasper after she escaped New York and showed up here. When Clan Tremere fell apart, so did their working relationship, but she needs to know about his destruction. She also needs to know that, without Jasper Knowles' considerable private wealth funding her, she can no longer sustain her research, and she must return to Tucson. Should we tell him that she'll go crazy when she finds out? Dove asked the prince. I'd been meaning to get around to that, Dove, yes, Prince Leto says. Vane, deliver my letter and get out. You won't like Dr. Call's reaction when she realizes she's broke. Sending me out to be destroyed is poor form, Prince. If you can't survive a grumpy witch... No, Dove. If you can't survive a grumpy witch, Dove says, crossing her strong arms over her chest, you don't belong in this job. Leto points to the next face. Pattermuster? Oh, Jesus. Pattermuster is one of the rabble, a Bruja. He lurks in St. Basil's Hospital. Basil? St. Basil's Hospital in Phoenix, looking after the lost lambs of our flock. Other rabble, the clanless, thin bloods, the mad ones, maybe even Gangrel. Leto chuckles at his own wit, but he actually keeps them in line, though they are dangerously lax. In fact, I would like you to encourage a bit more tidiness from the kindred at St. Basil's. No open feeding, no drug running, no unauthorized embraces. That sort of thing. This is not a formal mission, you understand, but if you can make our dissatisfaction known, I would appreciate it. But more important, with Knowles gone, the hospital will be up for renovation. Those renovations will compromise St. Basil's usefulness as a haven. I'll write instructions for what Pattermuster needs to do. So why do you let low clan trash associate with the Camarilla? If you have a message to deliver to Pattermuster, give it to me, but I'm not going to yell it at someone for you. Is there any way to maintain control of the hospital while shaping renovations to our own profit? Happy to deliver a message, no problem. Why do you let low clan trash associate with you? We're both low clan trash, Dove says, pointing to herself and the prince. The world's changing, kid. Leto glances at his second command, then continues. Finally, your sire, Ellen Olaf Krona, is at a migrant camp in Sierra Blanca, Texas, Prince Leto says. I'm aware of your involvement, and yours, in the excitement a few years ago. Leto is referring to how your sire incited the old Prince of Tucson into launching a crusade of purification against his clan's old rivals, including the rabble. She has since returned to the Camarilla's good graces, since she provides much of the Southwest with blood, but her operation exists atop a mortal substructure that is profoundly politically unstable. Jasper Knowles' destruction will further destabilize that situation, and she needs to know how. So that's where Olaf Krona ended up after you parted ways. Feeding on migrants sounds horrific. A steady source of blood down at that camp sounds like easy living. Could get used to that. Oh no, my sire. Is she gonna drag me into... Yeah, I don't want politics. My character is really only thinking about their own well-being, so we're doing that one. I'm not trying to get dragged into anybody's anything. Prince Leto continues while you contemplate what kind of political snarl Ellen could drag you into. Anyway, 3 deliveries, 1,000 each, and you are welcome to feed in Tucson and every city you visit for a year after finishing your final delivery, Leto says. Well, that's what we're looking for. Though you will have to abide by my rules for neonates here in Tucson. My man Alexander will explain once we're finished here. I also give you permission to own property and to create no more than 1 ghoul, though you may not embrace new kindred, and take this for emergencies, and only for emergencies. He hands you a prepaid flip phone and a baggie full of SIM cards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must compose the letters you are to deliver. The prince moves to a writing desk under a Ramada. Leaving the pile of electronic devices and written correspondence, and gets to work composing his messages. You sit down nearby to disable the phone's GPS and get rid of everything that could be used to track you, leaving the device even more stripped down than it began. You glance around the rooftop Elysium, and your first thought is, no food. Your hunger is starting to distract you. Later tonight, you'll need to hunt. I need more money? I think 1,000 is going to do it for now. Plus, persuasion is not, I don't think it's really, we have dominate, but do we have, we do have a little bit of persuasion. Maybe try it. Lie, flatter, misrepresent myself. I'm not, do I need allies? I'm a lone wolf. The whole situation with Jasper Knowles and the White worries me. What I want is information. How's our investigation? Oh, we have good investigation. Maybe we should get some information. Let's do it. You can't linger with so many eyes on you, and you dare not touch Prince Leto's papers. Many old-world kindred, you've learned, regard written correspondence as almost sacred, and you don't want to find out what infuriates this prince. Still, what did Knowles do? Torture the scab until he went mad? Conduct some kind of experiment or ritual? The possibilities are endless and chilling. As you circle the zinc-top table beside Prince Leto's vacated wicker chair, you let your fingers rifle the top few sheets, and something catches your eye. Hard copies of emails Jasper Knowles sent to various local companies. The threat of the Second Inquisition means the kindred do not send emails about their night work, but they are still allowed identities as flesh and blood citizens, as Jasper Knowles said on the video. And citizens need email. In his living guise, Knowles inherited his grandfather's construction business. In other words, you bet, he pretended to die and came back as his own grandson. Skimming the list of names, you see major corporate suppliers, a few federal contracts, 2100X, the tech company Julian Sim founded in Denver. You didn't even know 2100X was still around. You've checked for a web presence and found nothing, but here's an email, a timestamp last month, and a brief and mundane-seeming message. No word from Prester. It's mostly for renovation of temporary holding facilities along the border. Hey, Dove says. Hey, Vane, could you do me a favor and get the fuck away from our shit? You make a hasty retreat with the information you've gained. The kindred here keep disappearing downstairs, but you're sure you're not allowed to feed in the Elysium. Your palms itch. You can't stay here. You need to see what the city has to offer. As if sensing your mood, Alexander returns, his approach heralded by his reeking breath. I have spoken with the prince, and he has given you permission to feed in his city tonight, he says. After that, you must speak with me about arrangements. Tucson can be a difficult... No, this is still Alexander? Yeah. Tucson can be a difficult city, and you do not yet have a ride. For clubs, stay away from the country and western places. We all love a... What is it called? A jamboree, right, here in America? But they are claimed by others, and do not feed from the sleeping. The venture of Prince Leto's court must feed that way, and do not want competition. Otherwise, your needs can be met just north of here. There are clubs and valleys, drunks and prostitutes. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Thanks for swinging by. Doing a little bit of interactive fiction in the world of... What happened to the music? 1 second. What did happen? Uh-oh. We went off of the... There we go. Why does it keep doing that? I think it just screwed up. We jumped from the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines soundtrack to somewhere else. Alright. So, yeah, just reading a little bit more about this wonderful world before we jump into the game. With some interactive fiction. Where was I? Let's see. There are clubs and valleys, drunks and prostitutes. You'll be watched, of course. Do not dishonor the prince. You lean over the edge of the railing, looking down on Tucson. For years, you've taken blood wherever you could, usually as payment for a job. But most vampires your age hunt, and most of them specialize. Before you became a courier, you, too, had a specialty. You think back to those years with Ellen Olive Krona, before you drove the night roads to perpetuate your existence. You try to remember the skills you developed to feed. On beggars and vagrants. I head for Tucson's alleys. During sex, what can I say? It's a classic, and it taught me to lie into charm. I hit the clubs. I think we're going to do that one. The sleeping. The Camarilla don't want me to, but I learned how to do it quietly and safely. From people in the scene. Let's do it. We're a lone wolf into older women that go to the clubs. Frederick, what's going on? Hey, good evening, good morning, and thank you so much for the gift sub. We are reading through Night Road a little bit. You really are becoming a World of Darkness streamer. I am. I'm getting into it. I'm doing like a chapter of this. This is a lengthy chapter, though. I keep thinking I'm near the end of it, maybe. I'm trying to do a chapter before each Bloodlines stream. But this is my new thing. I'm so deep into it. I read through the Book of Nod, and then I'm like, I want to say like 50 or 60 pages into the player's guide. Reading through that. Having a blast. How you doing? All right, so we're going cougar hunting. Enjoying Night Road? Yeah, have you been through this one? In better nights, your first stop would be eBay to buy something flashy and cheap, but you don't have the time, so you talk to one of the blood dolls and manage to haggle for a clean and half-decent set of clothes that don't make you look like someone who loses a fight in a biker movie. The Viper might be off limits, but you can see 2 more nightclubs from the rooftop Elysium. You head for the Red Rock. Rather than the Paul Cézanne, right? Rather than the Paul Cézanne themed bar you were expecting, it's a hard rock club. The wall of noise hits you the moment you step inside, a discordant wail of 70s fuzz grunge. You push your way through the sea of long-legged white girls with straight brown hair and halter tops to the bar and scan the crowd for older women. The problem with a lot of hard rock venues is the ratio. But looking around, you see plenty of women here, and several in the crowd skew older. You're not restricted to grandmothers, after all, just older. You scan the crowd until you spot a dark-skinned woman with a streak of white in her chestnut brown hair, wearing a black t-shirt with the Led Zeppelin 4 runes on it. She plays it cool as you approach, then glances your way. You see her interest, and the way she tries to hide it. You play? She asks. She nods to the band's lead guitarist, who's shredding his way through a solo. Not like that, you say. See your husband? She laughs. You're not here to talk, though. You enjoy the music together, letting it connect you. She doesn't say anything, and neither do you. There's just the music. When the band finishes and another starts to take its place, she says, "Let's get out of here." The next band isn't any good? You ask. Oh no, they're fucking great, she says. But my ex plays bass. You slip your hand in hers and head outside, then scan the streets for another club. It's been a while since you were in Tucson. When you see one, you start to move, but she doesn't. On second thought, she says, my house is a block away. Her eyes glitter when you turn to look at her. Ooh, baby. One night you're going to be old enough that you can't learn anything even from your favorite prey, but that isn't tonight. The woman with the white streaked hair teaches you a few things about endurance, patience, and pleasure. Exhausted and satisfied, it takes you a moment to remember why you're actually here. Another go? She says with a laugh as you move on top of her again. Don't you have to go to work in a few hours at a coffee shop or something? Because you embrace her and she moans. Then she screams as your fangs slide into her throat. You start to drink as she runs her hands through your hair. You can't stop. It's been too long and your beast is too strong. Your prey's hands run through your hair, then beat on your back, trying to pull you off. Your jaws close around her windpipe. Any other night and you'd be disposing of a corpse. But just before you lose yourself in the ecstasy of the kiss, you feel someone watching you, and that gives you the focus to wrench your mouth away from her bloody neck. There's a window over her bed. When you look outside, you don't see anyone. Still, you close the blinds and check on the woman. She's unconscious but breathing steadily. Still, she lost a lot of blood. You find a landline, call 911, and leave it to ring. Then you just need to clean up. It won't always be that easy, you think as you sit on a park bench, sluggishly moving your stolen blood around your body. New vampires can always have fun for the first few nights, but then other kindred learn about your tricks, or hunters notice statistical anomalies, or the herd itself instinctively reacts to the invisible predator in their midst. But tonight, you feel good. A Lotus Esprit Turbo in powder blue rolls up to the curb, blaring synthwave loud enough to scare the crows. The driver flings a parcel your way. When you pick it up, he peels out. The parcel contains a card for a pawn shop. Written on the back, cars. There's also an extended stay ticket for a parking garage with a 4-digit key code written on the back. So it looks like you have a place to park. Even after midnight, it feels dangerous to run across the wide, palm tree-lined boulevard that leads to your destination. You need a car. You're itching like earlier when you needed blood, only now the need is to move fast, to stop fighting the shape of this city and start flowing through it the way it wants you to. By the end of tonight, you either need to buy a car or learn how to turn into a bat, because Tucson is no place for pedestrians. Covenant Pawn Shop is wedged between an auto repair shop and a nail salon across from a Title Max. Signs read "Cash for Guns," "We Buy Gold," and "Closed." You step into the sad, dusty spiritual void of the pawn shop. You pass PS4 games, bedazzled purses, a glass case full of rings, regalo perfecto, and enough rifles to conquer Belgium. The first thing you do is stock up on a few necessities of your trade, a few duffel bags and rucksacks, a mini crowbar, a small folding knife, a folding shovel, a hacksaw, some lockpicks, matches, cord, electrician's tape, a flashlight, a blood and tissue kit, spare USBs, and a portable toolkit. You stop at the knives because you recognize the silver knife in one display case. Jasper Knowles was holding it before he was killed. Or maybe it's just a knockoff of some movie prop or something. You can't be sure, but that's weird. Behind the display case with the knives is a pretty young woman with choppy blonde hair and Victorian replica railway glasses. She's peered over those sunglasses to watch you like a hawk since you pushed past the close sign and walked in. You know that reaction. She recognizes a predator, but doesn't know exactly what kind. So this place is only tangentially connected to the Tucson Camarilla. It and she are independent and kept it that way because they're useful. I played it a bit, never finished it though. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. This chapter is beefy though. I've been reading coming up on an hour, so if we don't hit the end in the next couple minutes, I think I'm just going to switch to Bloodlines. Maybe do half a chapter per stream. When you get closer, the young woman leans close, studying your leather jacket. Her bare arms are covered in H.R. Giger tattoos. Oh, dream girl. Sinuous biomechanical figures in shades of black, gray, and green. Finally, she says, "Miguel sent you." It's not quite a question, not quite a statement, and you have no idea who Miguel is. Maybe one of Dove's servitors. Whatever. You nod. "Call me Elena. Let's get you set up." She throws a red leather jacket on over her tattoos. She makes sure you can see the Glock in the shoulder holster. The cars are waiting out back. A rusted chain link fence divides Covenant Pawn Shop's parking lot from a row of rusted Quonset huts. Quonset huts. The huts and the slightly taller buildings on either side serve to hide a full parking lot of parked cars that probably shouldn't be here. Miguel says you need wheels, Elena says. She steps into the shadows and starts messing around on her phone, but she keeps her eyes on you above the railway glasses. These cars are shit. Miguel either hates your guts or doesn't care if your mission for Prince Leto succeeds or fails. You instantly dismiss the vans, economy cars, and anything covered in rust, or that would require more cash to repair than buy. That leaves you with 4 mediocre specimens, a Mitsubishi 3000 GT with too many aftermarket mods, a little Honda S2000 with electrical problems, an ancient but still rolling BMW 3 Series, and an ugly but functional Nissan Frontier. Prices are listed inside and out, Elena says. She props the back door open. Wealth, $603. What? I made $1,000 from the prince. I spent $397 at that club. You're back. You notice you have a sub. Yeah, you can thank Frederick right in the chat with you. I have seen these before. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look. Did I get the pronunciation right? Quonset. Oh, that's what I never knew what these were called. I've seen a lot of these. Yeah. Okay, cool, thank you. I need a gun. Let's get our gun, let's get our car, and then if that's still not the end of the chapter, we're gonna mosey on to Bloodlines. Let's see. So I need a gun. As one of the immortal undead, I obviously need a sword. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what the rest are. I want the sword. Most of Elena's swords are shitty mall katanas. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. That you couldn't use to beat a chihuahua to death. A few are the real deal and start at $2,500, but one is much cheaper. Elena unlocks the case and hands you the Bavarian M1869. Someone refurbished this. or I guess it's the M1869. Maybe that's the year. Someone refurbished this, but they also removed the, oh no, more words I don't know. Queons? It's supposed to be a bayonet, but now it's almost like a machete with a better balanced blade. I've always just called them barracks. Yeah, that's what I know them as, right? Corrugated steel barracks, if I want to be specific. Yeah, well, from now on we know to call them Quonset. And the balances, gotta love it when a piece of fiction just like rounds out your vocabulary a little bit, right? Hey, Dollywood be king. Hello, what's going on? We're doing a little bit of Night Road before Bloodlines. It's, I need to switch soon or I'm not gonna have too much Bloodlines time because I only have a couple hours this morning. How you doing? All right, so the balance is really good. You flick it through the air a few times, getting a feel for it. Now this is a vampire stopper. Heavy enough to chop through limbs or necks, it's nonetheless a precision instrument, relying on your agility and training. Is it authentic, you ask? You actually don't care because unlike everyone else who comes here, you might actually need to kill someone with this thing. Well, it was, Elena says, until the guy who used to own this place cut off the, the handguard part so he could practice eskrima with it. Unfortunately, you can't afford both it and a vehicle. Well, dang. I guess we're just getting a car. We probably can't afford that. Can we afford anything with $603? This was a blisteringly fast car for its price point back in its day, but its day is past. Still, the Mitsubishi is a big, muscular GTO with excellent acceleration and handling that is at least adequate. And it's blood red inside and out. Gotta love that. My mother handed me the most blackened, charred plate of stir fry I've ever seen in my life, and I ate like 3 or 4 bites of it. Oh no. What kind of stir fry? The problems start when you check under the hood. You can't tell if the circular thing is supposed to be a turbo or some kind of prototype Roomba from the Clinton administration, but it's all fucked up, whatever it is. Electrical is an over-engineered nightmare too. When you take the car out for a spin with Elena riding shotgun, Limp Bizkit's brake stuff, hell yeah, it almost blows your eardrums out. It's just one of those days. You can't figure out how to stop the CD from playing, so Elena just pops the whole CD player out with a screwdriver. Just chicken, mixed veggies too, but like, it's so damn bitter. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I guess brake stuff, we broke some stir fry here. It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. The stir fry's fucked up, everything sucks. The acceleration is good, but the turbo is wheezy and unpredictable, and the whole car feels like it could fly apart in a hard turn. $500, Elena says when you get back, shoving the CD player back into place. I'll throw in the corn CD. Oh, fucking right. I'll throw in the corn CDs on the sun visor for free. One of them is live at Woodstock 99. Oh man, we are going to be rolling around in style. Woodstock 99. All right, I can't wait. So you can afford it. We're getting it. Just for the CDs alone, we're getting it. I buy the Mitsubishi. Yep, I sure do. Immediately. Talk about sealing the deal. Yeah, my mom and dad have been eating it like this for years. Every time I try to take her for good Asian food, she tears it apart because she doesn't like rice. Oh no. Yeah, this car is the shit. That's what I'm talking about. Blood red. We got Limp Bizkit. We got corn. We got a car that matches Fred Durst's hat. You love to see it. There's not a lot of bureaucracy here. You give Elena $500 and it gives you the keys, the registration, and a Counting Crows t-shirt? Well, no. No. Not that. Come on. How about like Disturbed or, I don't know, Drowning Pool? Counting Crows? Well, alright. As usual, a mix of aesthetics here. You cut ties at Counting Crows? Well, no, I just mean we're leaning into like Korn and Limp Bizkit. So like, right? Like something that aligns with that. When I roll up, blaring, you know, Nookie or like, is it just Rollin'? The name of the song is Rollin', right? Anyway. I need to step out with a proper butt rock t-shirt, right? At least it's fast, you tell yourself as the engine wheezes and roars to life again. Bavarian M, 1869. Hey, I can't get it.
Gotcha.
You got me. You scared me. Can I get a gun for $100? I'm curious about that knife. I'm also curious about better prices because I'm broke. So is that a, what are they called? A Klingon knife? I don't even know what to do with that. A Tajik? No, Elena says. Her pronunciation is flawless. Okay, so imagine that mine was as well. And you can't afford it. It's solid silver for killing werewolves, I guess. Her tone says she doesn't believe in werewolves. Christ, are there werewolves in Tucson? Maybe you should buy it. And I'm not selling it anyway because I think the guy who sold it might actually come back, she says. She unlocks the case and hands you the crooked silver blade. This has to be the one that Tremere was holding in the video. Elena goes back to messing around on her phone. Hello, Mr. LCC announcer. How goes your vampire? Going well. This is a lengthy chapter. Oh man, I'm not gonna have much Bloodlines time. I got a Batleth reference. Man, these so many words I don't know today. All right, we gotta switch the game here soon. I can only read for so long. We're gonna see if this ends the chapter, like getting into our car. Do I have intimidation? Wait, I have dominate, right? Intimidation. No, I'm not gonna intimidate her. All right. Ooh, haggling. Haggling on the other side of buying. I just bought a car from you. Now, what if I try to talk down your prices at this point? Jesus. All right. I like pretty girls with cool tattoos, but that's not with my character. My character's into older women. She seems ooh, tell me everything tell me everything you know. I'm still adding in words. Tell me everything about who sold you that silver blade. There we go. Elena fights for you for a moment. She's strong-willed and formidably clever, but you're a Ventru. Finally, she relents and says, it wasn't that weird old man that came in before. This guy looked like... Then her expression goes a little vague. You recognize that look. Someone else worked on her mind earlier. Someone made her forget. The Batleth is the bladed weapon of combat for Klingons. Got it. I guess I didn't remember that. I like Star Trek, but I can't claim that I'm too knowledgeable. You know, I never went deep. Just enjoyed watching it. So thank you. This is wrong. Why do you keep doing that? We got the Vampire the Masquerade thing going on. Jumping around to different songs is gonna get me in trouble. I think I already did that earlier, so this video might get might get me in trouble with the copyright violations. All right. Elena fights you for a moment. Oh wait, let's see. Tell me, you say, staring into her eyes. She shudders for a second as if she's going to have a stroke. Finally, she overcomes the block and spits it out. Chinese guy, young, like my age. Blazer over t-shirt, like he was going to give a TED talk. He sold it. Shit, I can't remember much. I must have been tired. You release her from your control and she slumps against the counter. There are a lot of Asian tech bros in Tucson, but you feel an itch in the back of your mind, a growing confidence. It's Julian Sim. It has to be the Banu Hakim. I think the one in this game is a smaller version, a knife, still a Klingon weapon, just not a Batleth. Oh, okay. All right. We have intelligence, right? So let's try and get these prices down. You ask Elena a few careful questions about her financing, just to give you a place to start. She seems more amused than worried by your questions, and soon you have a few search terms to enter. Even shying away from Elena's legal activities, you see all sorts of inefficiencies in her business model. At least you think you do. You only have access to public information like her lease, but when you ask Elena a few questions about where her money is going, you realize that while she's a capable businesswoman, you're just a little bit better. She chews her lip, then says, tell you what, you come back tomorrow and log in a shift fixing my payroll, and you promise not to act all weird, and I'll give you a discount. After a little more negotiation, it's a deal, and she agrees to give you a modest discount. It's still not enough. Let's check out the firearms real quick. You don't want to drive around with a rifle or a shotgun, so you scan the pistols and revolvers. Most are cheap, badly maintained, or overpriced. A few are all three, but finally you spot a Springfield Armory XD-M behind a Sig Sauer you can't afford. $360, Elena says, handing you the 45 so you can check how it feels. It looked bulky in the case, but it settles easily into your hands. Elena watches you as you rack the slide and sight down the barrel. You need something bigger to knock down a vampire, or even an old and powerful ghoul, but this is the perfect anti-mortal weapon. One round will take a regular mortal out of the fight, and it fits under your leather jacket without being too obvious. Unfortunately, you can't afford it right now. Just story of my life. I'm done shopping for now. Why keep shopping in a place where you can't afford anything? I think this is the last page we're going to read. All right. It's 2:16 according to your knockoff Panerai. When you pull out the Covenant pawn shop in your new Mitsubishi, pull out of the Covenant. Oh my God, I've been reading too long. All right. Pull out of the Covenant pawn shop in your new Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and sunrise is 6:29 a.m. It's still early, so you drive around for an hour just to find the cheapest gas stations and the fastest ways out of town. Then you accelerate smoothly onto East Broadway Boulevard near a plasma center and head for the garage address you got earlier. When a shadow crosses the hood of your Mitsubishi, you look up and catch a glimpse of a wing eclipsing a streetlight. Was that Raiga, Prince Leto's eagle? You find your spot in the underground parking garage. Right in front of it is a metal door with a keypad. You grab everything from your Mitsubishi, lock it, enter the code. Inside is an office with peeling linoleum floors, an ancient metal desk with a rusty mini-fridge on it, and a sleeping bag. A short tile corridor ends in a jury-rigged shower and a drain. There's a clear plastic bag and some toiletries on the tile, and a bottle of 409 that won't do anything against the smell of mildew. The money you spent at the club would have bought you a gun or a bayonet. No, I didn't expect, I was just trying to get some blood, trying to get a little kiss going, a little embrace, and, man, that was an expensive night. And it's not like we were at an upscale joint, right? We were seeing like a Led Zeppelin cover band or some shit? Good God. Anyway, there's no Wi-Fi. Still, it's better than sleeping in an abandoned semi-trailer. And your phone actually gets good reception. Even better, there are escape routes into the sewers that you can use. You loosen the grates and make sure you have a clear route into the sewers in case you're exposed. You're just getting settled in when you hear your door lock beep. The metal door opens, and there's Julian Sim. What a good place to end it, but would that be the end of the chapter, maybe? It's not. All right. Well, next time on Night Road, we will talk to Julian Sim. But for now, I'm itching to get some Bloodlines in. So, let's do it. This is why the best predator type is just alley cat or another type that just kills people. Yeah, I've got like all these stipulations on the kind of blood I can drink, and it's really making it difficult for me. Let me know if the audio balance isn't good since I'm changing games and, Right. Still don't know how to get your screenplay. I think we need more persuasion.
Night eating you?
Other way around. Look, I need the name of your collaborator.
I really can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't... You know how much sending...
Yeah, we can't... I want to give you more than 50, but it's not an option. All right. So what are we doing then? In the time we have left. We got to go to King's Way. House on the Hills in King's Way. So, where's that? One that spends just time finding victims. Yeah. I'm kind of enjoying the character we're building in Night Road, though, right? We're like kind of an asshole. We walk right up to the prince in our dirty ass boots. We don't give a fuck. We're a lone wolf, kind of rough and tumble, and we're always on the prowl. We're always cougar hunting because we can only feed on older women. So I'm having fun with it.
Not today.
Not here. Is the hills an option now? Is that a new area?
Need a ride?
Yeah, just drive. It is 609 Kings Way. Found the shop in this area? No, I guess I haven't. I've been too busy looking at peep shows and pornography. Sin bin. And also snuff films. And what a snuff film it was. Well, there's another outfit waiting for you when you do. Chris, you heard some words? What words did you hear? Yeah, am I even wearing my... What am I wearing right now? Okay, because I've been like popping back and forth because Cold Moon let me know. I didn't realize this, that the clothes I'm wearing impacts my lock picking in a negative way. So that's been causing some trouble. Pornography. Oh, you didn't hear anything about that. Yeah, this area of town has some seedy establishments that peddling such goods. Does it? I thought that was the next outfit. You did hear it. You didn't hear anything. You heard nothing of the sort. Wait a second. Oh, here? Wait. Does it? I don't know. Let's find out. It doesn't. That's why I didn't notice. So, I don't know. Maybe he was wrong about that? Mixed up some different clothing, perhaps? Whatever the case, when I took it off and changed my clothes, I got the... But then also blood buffed. I don't know. Oh my god, I can climb these? Have I seen trellises before? Have I always been able to climb trellises? It says there are no stat penalties. Oh, okay, I guess maybe mixed up some clothing then. Well, good to know, so I don't have to wear that shit anymore. Because I'm not trying to. Unless I get into my Mitsubishi and you know, my Limp Bizkit and Korn CDs are blaring. Then I'm stepping out in that. That's preferable to the Counting Crows CD. Whoa, Jesus. Oh my god. What? Where? Oh, you. Not cool. Y'all make such a mess. Look at this. Actually, I should probably stay this way because I bet there's more of you on the way. Maybe not. All right. But the description might be wrong. Oh, okay. Well, I guess next time I'm failing at a lockpick, I'll just see if that changes things. Wow. Wow. Just, that's all I got. Just wow. More. I need to watch it. Oh man, I'm eating shit here. I need to get the fortitude going. Because I can't, like, feed on these things, right? This is gonna go back around to the bathroom? Yeah, other side of that. According to the wiki, there are no stat penalties until the next outfit, the one you can buy in Hollywood. Okay, cool. Well, then never mind. A mummy wrap fetish. Absolutely. Ooh. Yeah? Nice. Glad I got that. That's awesome. So that just hangs out with the fang in my inventory? Where was that? Where'd that go? The Tarl Fang, right? Oh, it's over here. Cool. How do I move that? Can't punch it. That's the way I try and do things. What if I punch the fireplace for 20 minutes instead of looking for a button? But it just leads here, right? This is the other side. Alright, wait a second. Where have I not been? Because this is just here. It's just the toilet. Did I miss something? I sure did. Missed the stairs. Wow. Oh. Yeah, you can fuck right off. Nice try. Camouflaged. Nice kitchen, though. Oh, nice. Okay. You know what? My wires got crossed for a second. I was looking at my blood and thinking it was my health. I don't know why. It's like I've never played this game before. I'm actually doing all right. No need to worry. It's a pretty good item to find in an area where you can't feed. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Imagine having a kitchen like this with like an island and like gleaming countertops, aside from the blood, and then just skin furniture on the other side. What a mix of aesthetics. Why not skin on the countertops? Maybe they tried it and it's like, you know what? It actually makes like preparing our meals like kind of, you know, difficult. Not having like that hard surface, like, you know? Like chopping vegetables on a just stretched skin canvas. It's not great. I tried Googling the item to see exactly what it does, but I didn't find, or I didn't add VTMB to the search, so I'm finding, I'm finding a Reddit post about mommy fetishes instead of mummy. Oh, jeez.
Hello, young gay knight. I see your face is not so lifeless. Your nerves not so deadened that you cannot express shock. Tell me, child, is my appearance that frightening? Or is it my knowledge of you that is so unnerving?
What the hell is going on in here? This place is a madhouse.
Oh, child of Cain, the sights in this haven pale in comparison to my ancestral estate. Comfort is a custom, and all of this artifice brings me closer to my home. Do not fear for my furniture, young one.
You're not the one who made the tape, are you?
Oh, yes. The tape. Merely a test. Certainly not intended to fall into mortal hands. Fortunately, we are in the capital of mortal trickery and illusion. So did the tape drive you to find me? From whence flows your longing, child?
I just realized I didn't change the game. I keep doing that. Right? Just in time to finish. Okay, wait. We're not doing Night Road anymore. Now are we? Alright, there we go. Let's get that right. Anyway. I'm long gonna kick your ass. Let's not. Yeah, let's keep it cool.
Gouge out the eyes of the Camarilla. The sewers are clogged with my creations. I will kill or drive the Nosferatu from their pestilent nests. Without the sewer rats to guide them, the Camarilla will be blind to the Sabbat's designs.
Oh, so you're one of those Sabbat assholes, and this is your plan?
It is not for me. It's for the will of the Sabbat. The Camarilla is stunted, dead and festering in the womb. Good only as pawns of the fathers. Even now, they answer the call of the Ancient and seek to free him from his torpor.
The Ancient? I can't find exactly what it does, but I think it increases passive health regen by 60 or 80%. That's what it said. I think it was 80%. I could look at it again. It told me when I picked it up, I think, up top. It didn't say it on the item description, though, right?
He slumbers within the Ankaran sarcophagus. One of the fathers whose return shall hearken the reckoning. Gehenna is at hand, and the Camarilla are unwittingly speeding us all toward our doom.
Oh boy. Religious zealotry. What about these creatures? Did you make these little assholes? Are they yours?
Blessed creatures. I have broken through their mortal crust and drawn from them their greatest strength, mutability. I coax bone, weave flesh, and lay sinew tight until it strains to lash out.
You are certainly very crafty. I was admiring your skin upholstery on the sofa and the bed. Very nice work. Where did you get the raw materials for them? Sure, they're not ugly. They're beautiful. Speaking of lashing out, you're dead, Freak Show. You know what? I kind of just would like to leave you doing your business. We're an aspiring anarch, so just like let the Sabbat and the Camarilla go at it. Leave me out of it, you know? Free man out here.
Illegals, mongrels, half-bloods, and caitiff, the bane of society, kindred and kin. They are as of little consequence to authority as they are to me. It is a culling of sorts.
Oh, hi, Jim. Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Magic Joe. How you doing? I'm not doxing Magic Joe. That's not his name. I was trying to make a room reference, but I don't have a very good Tommy Wiseau. So that's all I got. How you doing? Been enjoying this game? I've been loving this game. It sure did. We went French Day. I've become, you know what? So that's how I know I've hit the big time. What am I at? I'm at like 136 followers. That's it. Once you hit that number, you become an established word in English, right? The chatbot knows to recognize me as my own thing. I wonder why I did that. Chatbot, you had one job. All right. The machines you create are brutal, broken, and ugly. That's pretty sick, and they're really disgusting. You're about to be cold, freak, and Daddy's going to be doing the culling. I kind of like that line. Let's just get to it, I think. That's what a line to go out on. They keep getting better, though. Like, if I withhold, am I going to get a... Is this like when you keep your Pokemon from evolving and you get the better moves faster, right? It's like, are we going to get a better one-liner if we just keep holding out? And Daddy's going to be doing the culling. We got to do it.
Now, Camarilla whelp, let me see you fight your nature in the face of those who have embraced their beast. Deny yourself Cain's gifts and be torn asunder by my minions.
We'll see about that. You ask for it or bring it on. Bring it on. Where? Oh, look at this. Just maxed out Protean we got here. This shit is gnarly. Glad I did that. There you are. Yeah, trivializing your ass. Look at this thing. This is awesome. Whoa. But of course, yeah. Oh no. Where are you? There. Go, go, go. We just need to be moving. Oh my god. Gotta be ready when it pops up. There he is. It's too slow. Okay. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Did that stop you at all? It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Oh, yeah, that didn't go well. All right, let's try again. From where? That guy is the mice, by the way, the clan that can change their appearance. Your persona doesn't last that long. All the way back here? Really? Oh my god, I figured there was an autosave that happened at some point. Look at me just rolling through this place and not even... Oh my god. Alright.
Need a ride?
Yeah, I do. Yikes. Alright. You could buy that armor before heading back. Oh, right. Well. Alright. I guess I could. Where were you... Well done. Yep. That's about how I'm feeling. Oh, better. It wasn't so bad. Just got to run through the skin house. Which I just... No, it wasn't here. I just came back around to the front. Alright. Where was that trellis? Out here? There it is. Where are you? There you are. I don't have time for your shit. Not this time. I don't think I picked up anything here except for the mummy fetish. The Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines mummy fetish, which we need to make sure that we add that, keep that on there so we don't get any Reddit communities that are aligned to different interests than what we're looking for. Yeah, 80% healing rate duration, right? Up there at the top. Cool. That's pretty gnarly. Nothing here. Oh, no, there was a... Yeah, fancy ring? Gotta get the fancy ring. Alright. Let's try it again.
Oh, China. Oh, yeah. To go. It is not. He slump. Blessed. Illegal.
Alright. That's right. That's our line.
Now,
Daddy's gonna be doing the culling. Bring it on. Thanks for just popping up right next to me. That was ooh, that went well. Get out of here. B-E-A, beautiful. Fuck off. Get him. Get him. Got him. Get him, got him. Got it. Wow. We're finding out how the sausage is made. And by sausage we mean love seats and recliners. Fuck me. Wow. Wow. I was just curious if that... It's not a drain, it's just like a pool. So, this is the drain. Imagine having so much blood you need one of these big bad boys. Or maybe they just flush the place out from time to time. We have defeated the mice. Need that Owen Wilson added, Ace. I do, you're right. Let me make a note. Owen Wilson. Wow, we need one of those, don't we? I got a list of things to do. Also, hey, this is an open call. Emissary of X had the amazing idea of one of my channel point redeems to be, I have to wear like those drunk goggles for like a certain period of time. I love the idea, but I can't find them. Does anyone know where to find drunk goggles? Like just novelty glasses that, you know, double your vision or blur your vision. The only thing I found is like something that is designed for usage by like driving centers to actually give like a very accurate, what do I want to say? Like how your how your vision looks at like a blood alcohol level of different degrees. They have like different sets, and they're all like $150 or more. Well, we're not doing that. I'm looking for like just some bullshit $3 thing from like Spencer's Gifts. But I don't know where they sell those or if they ever did. But they did. I feel like I've seen them in my life. Not just like imagining them, but just where. Is this the way up? Let's just top down this way. Oh. Where am I going again? Wait a second. Oh my god. I need to get down that drain, don't I? Is that where I'm going into the sewers? You're just gonna say Spencer's? Yeah, I looked on their website. Each goggle's only $90, huh? What a steal. What do we got here? Yeah, that's kind of what I was seeing. Wow, $899 for the set. All right, should I set a new sub goal? Hey, if I get this many subs, I'll pay almost $1,000 for novelty drunk goggles. What do we? Is everyone in on this with me? With our powers combined, we can do it. I think I was supposed to go through that pipe, huh? Into the sewers. A steal. Just an absolute steal. We're not going in here. Never mind. But I've gained access to the sewers? Is it through here, maybe? Unfortunately, we'll have to find out next time. I didn't get to play for very long. I need to better balance my Night Road and my Bloodlines. I just kept trying to get to the end of the chapter, and it just kept going. We're still not done with Chapter 3. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I wonder... We got a few people playing this game. What about... Well, that's in Portuguese. So maybe not that one? Well then. Anything related? Well, then never mind on Vampire the Masquerade. Let's send some love to... Whoops. Parasite Eve 2, maybe? Or... Let's do it. We've been raiding JFuss a good bit recently. Our stream times seem to converge, and so we can check in to see how Parasite Eve 2 is going. Because I got to roll on to work, unfortunately. So, thanks everybody who came by. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll do a little bit less reading and a little bit more video gaming. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful whatever you got.